And welcome everyone. Glad to have you on board today. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And wonderful to be on today. It is August 28th of 2022. And of course, a beautiful sunny day here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where I am located. And apparently the weather guessers are saying it's going to be warm for another whole week or so, something like that, which is really nice. We'll see if they're right. Keeping my fingers crossed. And awesome. Anyway, let's see. Where shall we start? Okay, first off, welcome Hermione. Hermione was number one today. Now, Hermione has an eyesight issue right now, so she's going to be lurking for the most part. But Hermione, if you're listening, I'm just going to maybe suggest something here. Even though right now you're not able to see as well as you wish to be, by far, but maybe what you can do is get your hubby to be able to teach your hubby how to get to the stream, so you can at least be able to listen to it in the event that your eyesight gets to the point where you can't see anymore. And I'm sure your hubby would be able to help you out with that. That is until you get your operation and get all fixed up and stuff like that. So just a suggestion, okay? And that would be awesome. And it would be really, really good if you can do that. And yeah, for those good people in here, if you do send a message to Hermione, we're going to make an exception to our capital letter rule. Hermione would be able to see it a little bit better if you used capital letters. And Arizona Snowman, I don't know if you're listening, or Piggy as well. So if we are saying something to Hermione and somebody uses caps, please just allow it for now, and we'll be okay. All right, and a big thank you to Rebecca Patterson right off the top for that wonderful £10 super chat at the beginning there. Thank you, Rebecca. I really do appreciate it. And as you may have seen, I already gave cookies to Hermione since she was the first person in. So that is awesome. Okay, so, and of course Piggy will be in the background today. She is having to tend to a friend, and I'm not going to get into the reasons why, but she has to tend to a friend there for some specific issues. You're very welcome, Hermione, no problem. All the best. And hopefully you'll be able to get into that hospital soon and get things fixed up, get on that list, and get them to make things happen for you. That would be really awesome. Okay, so let's get on. And well, first off, welcome to my moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy in the background. And of course, also, let's see, we probably have, well, Lucas has taken some time off. We may have Gary, 24/7 live AZ Skies, lurking in the background as well. And possibly Joseph, although today is Sunday, so Joseph may be fairly busy. And we might have some other ones in the background there, so not a problem. Not a problem. Anyway, that's good for now, and we'll say hi to the rest of you wonderful people. And I know visibility right now is not the greatest at most of the volcanoes, though, so we'll just carry on with stuff for right now. And All right, we'll start out with saying hi. Well, we got Hermione already, and Mark the Shark, welcome. Sue Hayes is here. Henry Nelson, Sherry Hewitt, DJ Puff the Third, Kevin Haynes, welcome all of you. Kathy is here. Aloha, Kathy, and thank you. And LOL, Gemma, Super Kitty, Dave and Claire, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And going up a little bit more, seeing who else we got. We got Sherry already. John Raper's in the house. Kevin Haynes we got. Welcome. And going up some more. Sherry we got. Sherry Hewitt. Always in there. Which is good. I like that. That's always awesome. King Colin Deadman, glad to hear, what? Glad to be here too. Well, that is awesome. Glad that you made it here. And Sue Hayes, of course, saying, I hear you. Thank you. That is actually cool. Going up a little bit more, looking for other wonderful names. Layla is back as well. Welcome. And going some more here, looking for other wonderful people, and we have more in here that I didn't mention, obviously. Carl Fowler, welcome. Glad to have you back on. Steve Penland also made it in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Adele is back. Good to see you, Adele. Going up some more, and let's see, we got Mark, we got Sherry, we got John. Barbell 88, welcome back. And let's see, who else did we miss amongst everybody here? Scott Hartman, welcome. And still going up here, Judy L is also in the house. Welcome, Judy. Rebecca Patterson, of course. Thank you, and welcome. And going up some more, Grandma B is also here. And let's see, we'll get up the list a little more. Nancy Buchanan, welcome back. I'm glad to have you in here. Chris Chaplin also made it in. Good to see you. And let's see, I'm right up at the top and I don't see any more, so no worries. So all right, that is cool for now. Anyway, let's well, we're starting out, I guess, in Iceland, looking at our wonderful volcano that has not yet erupted again, and I'm so hoping it will. I really do. Let's see if we can turn that big banner off on the top there. We don't need that anymore right now anyway. There we go. Off. Okay. Oh, why is DJ making a sad face? Oh, he's looking at the Rumble chart. Yeah, the Rumble chart. Let's pop over there, have a really quick look. Oh, not as high as I'd like to see it going up, but let me refresh that once, and just to make sure I'm on the latest. And yeah, it really didn't change much there. So it is on, I don't know if I want to call that an upward trend right now, but it is heading up. We can see the line right there. And I'm hoping that we're going to see this move up a little bit more. This purple, of course, looks like it is headed up. And the green is kind of going sideways. I was hoping that we would see all three of them head up a little bit more. But again, I'm being wishful and hoping. So let's not count this out yet. It is still a little bit too early to do that. If we take a look at our tremors for today, and why am I so far off that map? Well, I don't think I was looking at things up that far north. Holy mackerel. Anyway, basically the Reykjanes Peninsula right here, for those who are not familiar with it, Reykjavik, capital city. And down here's Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Reikensbar, Yardvik. Down here is Grindavik, and if we zoom into this area, you can see the Blue Lagoon and the power plant to give you a little bit more of an idea of where we're located. And of course, we can see our triangle there, the yellow one, and that is, of course, or Ragnar, our original volcano, and this is where our Meridalier volcano is located, right down here. These vents, and they don't seem to have them marked, but that is okay. But what I'm interested in is I noticed that we have another kind of a, I'd call it a mini swarm, if you will, in our area between Ragnar and Kilauea. And of course, with that, that is always bringing us a little bit of hope. And taking a look at some of these really quickly, depth of 1.144 kilometers, which is very shallow. 0.21 happened at 1355 today, as an example. This one is a little deeper. It's a 1.23, and it is 2.8 kilometers down from 1353. And popping over, there's a 1.2, a little off the track there, but still 4.6 kilometers down. 1409 was the time on that guy. Then we have some other smaller ones here, 0.01, 3.189 kilometers down, and that was from 1428, and also from 1408 we have this 0.29 from 3.329. DJ Puff the Third, please pay attention. All right, if, as I just mentioned, okay, DJ, and I don't want to have to repeat this again. Hermione has a very big problem trying to see the screen, okay? And I have given permission for people to use caps to, if they're sending her a specific message, all right? That is easier for her to be able to read. Until she gets in and gets her operation done, I am allowing this. This is something out of, kindness and respect that we have for our guests and patrons of the stream. We would be doing the same to you if that was the case, all right? So please understand that, DJ, and thank you. All right, getting back to our earthquakes, we do have a bunch of other ones here, various depths, and okay, no idea. Piggy not here to contest. Well, Piggy isn't here to contest it, okay? DJ, don't make waves. This is just being kind and helping people out here. So that's what we do. Anyway, that's what we're seeing here as far as the our wonderful quakes in the area, and then we do have more quakes happening over at the lake area, which is also interesting, and it is quite a swarm over here as well. And I have not really looked at the depths. Most of these are 5 to 6 kilometers down, and various times, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but they are there, and that is kind of what we've got going on. And so 6.6 kilometers down for that guy, this 6.4, they're all in that same range. So that is about the end of where I figured that magma chamber is, and then on the other end is about where we run out of land and end up in the water. But we do also have another little swarm in between here, very near to the power plant, and I'm hoping that we don't have something open up there. Those ones are still fairly deep. That one is a 0.69 at 5.3 kilometers down, 1334. Getting this bigger one here, 1.29, 5.6 kilometers down. There's a 1.53 there, 5.7 kilometers down. So we get the gist of what we're seeing there. Those are fairly low. And then we get a quick sample of what we've got down here at the end of the peninsula. And here we go, 2.38, 7.49, or just about 7.5 kilometers down from 4:23 a.m. As an example. Then we have another one here, 1.63, and it is 5.9 kilometers down. 1.79, 6.7 kilometers down. That one was from 4:28 this morning. You know, just as samples here, and that is pretty interesting to see those. It looks like our shallow area is still over by Kilauea, and that is always a good sign. So hopefully we will see something pop up here, and it'll be a really good. Anyway, old mummy of hamsters just popped in. Welcome. I'm glad to have you on board here. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. So that's kind of the chart, the earthquakes there real quick. Just to have a fast look at the other areas here, we had a 1.12 out here at the Grimsvatn. That was from 2:10 this morning. It was fairly deep though, 9.2 kilometers down. And then also this 0.77, which was even deeper at 12.8 kilometers down from 2:05 a.m. today, Iceland time. And then we slide up, we see 3 over here around the Asja area, 0.52, and it is 2.4 kilometers down. That one was actually from yesterday at 22:30. And then we also have a 0.87, 4.2 kilometers down from 1506 today, and that is what we're seeing just to the northeast of Asja. And then a smaller one in between here from 7:29 a.m. just a 0.03, 5.2 clicks down. And I don't think that's going to add up to too much. We do see a 2.1 that happened not too long ago. 1641 was the time on it up here in the northern areas, and then we'll get up to the bigger ones up there in a second. This one was only 1.1 kilometer down, so very interesting to see that. And then way up on the top here, we have 3 quakes at various sizes. The biggest one here is a 3.3, and that is 10 kilometers down, happened at 4:59 a.m. Iceland time. And there's a couple of other ones with it, and I'm trying to click on them. They're a little difficult to click on because they're all in the same spot. Also 10 kilometers down, 2.98 from 5:20 a.m. And I don't know if I can get the last one in there or not. Hopefully we'll see. Will that work? Yep, 2.82, and also 10 kilometers down, 5:20 in the morning. So they're all about at that same time, and they happen in the northern part. So that is pretty cool, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on those in the future. Just trying to see here. Yeah, it won't change it for me. Darn it. Let's see what it looks like on the other map. So, of course, this one here, if I move it or refresh it, it should be up to date. We do see on the other map here that we have that the biggest one near our power plant, and the Blue Lagoon was at 2.1. And if we zoom in, we can see it right there. And of course, that was 5.8 clicks down from yesterday at 4 minutes after 8 p.m. Their time. The ones that I'm more interested in is the one that is over by the lake here. It's actually right in the lake, and that is also from yesterday, 2.4, and that was at 1834, 5.1 kilometers down. So that's kind of what we're seeing there, you guys. And hopefully we will see some lava pop back up in our vent, or at least in that area. It would be a really, really awesome. All right, zooming back out a little bit, we don't see too many other ones there. Some small ones going across the way. Not going to worry about those so much. And sliding back over, we already talked about the one at Grimsvatn, and we see that 1.1 there. And let's see, we'll get right in on it. And 9.3 kilometers down from yesterday at 2010, right? So, and the ones on here from Asja we already looked at, and I just wanted to see if it was these other ones, the bigger ones, are not on the other map. So always have to wonder about things like that. Why are they being reported in one place and not the other? And always makes a guy kind of go, something's going on. Anyway, we do see that 2.4 from yesterday. 22:59 was the time on it. 8.8 kilometers down up in the northern side. And of course, that will be right at the plate boundaries, and probably some grinding going on there as this, of course, with the two plates meeting each other. They're basically what we refer to as a transverse plate at that point, where they're grinding along each other, even though they are technically the mid-Atlantic ridge, which is moving apart, but they also grind on each other, causing some of these tremors and quakes, and that's kind of what we've got there. So we'll leave Iceland be, and we are good with that for now. Let's go over and have a look at what Sicily looks like right now. And unfortunately, Sicily, being in the dark, it's always difficult. So we're going to back up a few hours here and have a look at what the day looked like, going back about 7 hours. We do see that they did have some wonderful sunshine up top, but those clouds hanging over top of Mount Etna and the area are kind of looking like it's going to rain there or something. And as we moved on a little bit further in time, we see the clouds were kind of odd and hanging around, not moving very quickly. So whatever weather they have is just kind of stagnating there and going slow. Going back about 5.5 hours ago, we see that our volcano is off-gassing a fair amount, and it is heading off to the right-hand side there. And of course, with the sun glare in there, it makes it difficult. And we had a change in wind during that time, and about half an hour later it was headed the other direction, which is really kind of interesting. And we will keep going as the darker clouds moved in, and we were seeing more rain clouds coming, and hopefully they did get some rain. It does look that way. It looks like at about just about 7 p.m. their time, they would have been getting quite a downpour, or at least right over in front of our wonderful Mount Etna. Maybe not right where the camera's located, but certainly at Mount Etna. And moving ahead a little bit more time-wise, it looked fairly neat as the sun was going down, kind of silhouetting the mountain in a way, I guess, is the best way to put it. And we don't see any major plumes coming out though until a little bit later, or if that was cloud perhaps coming through. Very difficult to tell with that type of cloud being on top. And let's see if we can get you to the right location here. I have a spot that you all want to be watching, and not quite there. Will I get close and see as the sun set? And I know it was a little bit fuzzy here for a while, but let me see if I can get right on this. Okay, I'm going to just use the advanced keys here and try to move along a little bit and see if we can get it to the right spot or thereabouts. And I'll leave it right about there and just let it play, and you will be able to actually we'll advance it another 20 seconds. There we go. Okay, that will help you out. And if you take a look down on the bottom right hand side, you'll see it right away. And it was actually kind of nice looking. Unfortunately, cameras have a real problem with dark and color and bright lights. So the reason I mention the bright lights, I don't want to spoil it, but you will find out in a few seconds here as soon as it starts. I hope I got the right time, and should be any time now, hopefully. I don't want to advance it because then it'll end up going too far here. Maybe we'll give it a little bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I did it already. Okay, there you go. There's the wonderful fireworks that were going off, and that is a pretty awesome sight. And at first I thought, oh, it's a fire because I seen the smoke from it afterwards, but I checked back in time, and that was a pretty neat fireworks show that they had there, and somebody was obviously celebrating something. So pretty cool, and a lot of bright light. Unfortunately, we can't see the fireworks as well because of the smoke hanging there as well, but it looked pretty awesome, and we do see a lot of the flashing going on. So pretty cool. And yeah, Mount Sicily does help us out. So that is awesome. Alba Girl, welcome, and glad to have you on board. And who else popped in? Brian, Perfectibility 999, welcome. Evie also here, good to have you on board, Evie. And yep, that was actually a pretty nice little fireworks display that they set off there. Very smoky though for some reason. I don't know why. That smoke, maybe it's very high humidity or something, and that smoke really shows up. So hopefully that'll be all right, and it's all cool. Yeah, and it did last for a little while. So somebody was throwing out some of those wonderful celebration type fireworks for something or other. I'm not sure if there was something special going on. Maybe somebody got married or divorced, or who knows. I don't know if they have parties for divorces nowadays, but could be that too. Anyway, it kept on going for a little while. That's why I'm leaving it on there. And I thought it was kind of neat. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. I know it's not the greatest quality of picture, but it's always difficult at nighttime to get really, really good images of fireworks. Because of things like autofocus and stuff like that. Doesn't want to shoot in on the cameras. It doesn't know what to do with all the light all of a sudden. But it's cool, and we do like it. So yeah, especially when it lasts a little while. And no, this is not a time lapse. This is just pure fireworks shooting off, and they did a swell job doing so. So we liked it. We liked it. Rebecca Patterson, at least it was an explosion. Yep. It is an explosion of fireworks. We did like it. Now, if we could only get our volcano to do this kind of thing, that would really be nice. I'd love to see that coming out of Siggy. Oh boy, that would be a blast, wouldn't it? And all of a sudden we start seeing fireworks coming out of them, and it would be pretty awesome. So cool stuff, and we did like it, and yeah, they had it running for a couple of minutes there. They must have shot off a lot of those little fireworks, and that was awesome. Anyway, I don't recall how long it lasted. I think it should be just about over there, and I think that's it now. So pretty cool, and awesome to see you guys. And yeah, that was their finale. Okay, right on. Always nice to see somebody celebrating, and don't give up hope about Siggy. No, we're not giving up hope. Siggy is gonna have more life in it. I'm definitely thinking we will see something come out of that volcano yet, out of that fissure. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We're still missing that approximately 12 million cubic meters of magma that didn't come up. That was estimated, and they're still figuring it's down there. And of course, it is also refilling that magma chamber as we're waiting. So for what was 12 million cubic meters, maybe up to 13 or 14 by now, and we may have a better shot. It may take a while. It may have to refill a bunch more to get enough pressure to get back up to the surface. So it's kind of a waiting game, and I'm hoping that the flow in of new magma is faster, and that way we will be able to see something in the future. Anyway, getting back to Italy, as far as everything else is concerned, Italy is still holding steady on the basically the medium setting on simmer, and we are hoping that it will end up turning itself into the high mode and taking off again. So Kevin Haynes says, 2-minute warning. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. And let's see where else we can take you here before our 2 minutes is up. Let's go over to the Azores while it is still light. And of course, the Azores are on the mid-Atlantic ridge, same as Iceland. And it is always cool to be able to have a quick peek there. And this is what it does look like during the daytime in a pretty normal day. We do see the island across the strait here. This is 18 kilometers across, and that is Pico Island, and the other one over here, Fayal Island. And you can't see Mount Montana, but it is in there, and it is a dormant volcano. Anyway, we are on the island of Sao Jorge, and of course Sao Jorge is the one where we've got our wonderful volcano or slash uplift registered, and that is what they were expecting of the volcano to pop there, but so far nothing. Anyway, we also see here our cove that we normally look at. We take a look at the white water down on the bottom, see how rough the seas are, Not overly bad, but also I don't think it's really good for very small vessels today. Those waves look like they are fairly big when they do pop in there. So keep that in mind and don't be going out in the water. And let's see if we can get our earthquakes happening here. We'll have a look and see. Let's see, what do I want to turn off? No, turn this one off. There we go. All right, we have a little better view there. So for today, unfortunately, we don't have anything new. We have yesterday's on the list, and there were 5 yesterday, but we don't have anything for the 28th. So nothing new right now for our wonderful Azores, and that is kind of what we've got going on there. Just to refresh this map as well, and this does not show anything on Pico Island. It does show down here in the caldera out in the ocean. 13 hours ago we had a 2.6. And if we leave that guy be and we move towards the mid-Atlantic ridge, 2.4 magnitude 14 hours ago. And that is what we've got there. But we are not seeing anything on St. George Island. And it has been quiet today. So that is what we've got. Welcome, Echo the Bot. And let's see, did anyone else pop in here? Tonka Bean, been a while, and good to see you. And let's see, Marcus is out there somewhere. Out where? And also, Ariane, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, looking at, I just want to see how deep those two were. The one looks like it was a surface quake for the 2.4, and the other one closer to the mid-Atlantic ridge was 3 kilometers down, that 2.6. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. From a limestone or railroad, not sure yet which one. Brian Perfectibility, thank you for that $2 super chat. And Perfectibility 999, okay, got it in there. And for a limestone or railroads, I'm not sure which one. And I wish you the best of luck with those. I hope you get the better job out of the ones that you want there. Okay, pardon me. I think we are well into break time. I do have to do that. I am looking for a place to stick you here in the meantime. Sakurajima is doing its thing. It's not bad. I will leave you here for the time being, or hang on, let's take a look and maybe see if we have a little bit more action over at our old geyser. Yeah, the old geyser is going, so let's leave it on the old geyser for the intermission. Please enjoy that. For those good people who are here, if you haven't hit that like button yet, by all means do give it a quick bop. Also, if you're new sitting on the sidelines and wanting to chat and you're not able to, you do have to be subscribed for at least 1 minute in order to be able to chat. So hit that subscribe button, and 1 minute later you'll be able to. And Bob, C&D boy, also in the channel now. Thanks for popping in. And let's see, new West Michigan in the house. Welcome, Linda Henton, a long-time follower. You guys make me smile. Excellent, Linda. All right, we got to be careful. We got multiple Lindas now. They're multiplying. Okay, you guys, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll be back and keep smiling, play nice, And stay out of the steam baths, okay? I'll be back. And there we go. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX, a live stream. I see a couple more people popped in. Welcome to Juliana. Good to have you back, Juliana. And also Ann Walsh. Welcome. I haven't seen you for a while. Good to have you back on board. Daryl R. is also in the house. Ariane, I think we got you earlier. And just going up, we got Alba Girl. And just checking to see if I missed anyone else during my little break that I was away from the keyboard. And, oh, I did miss something here. Scott Hartman, thank you very kindly for that wonderful $10 super sticker. That was awesome, Scott. Really, I do appreciate it, and thank you very kindly again. And getting it written down there. There we go. And going back up, looking for more things that I may have missed. Ez is in the house as well as Brad. Good to have you on board. And I think we're good with names. Yep, I think we are. Okay, so... yeah, thanks, Scott. That is awesome. All right, just want to carry on here. And, of course, we were looking at Yellowstone and watching Old Faithful erupt. And Old Faithful has done its thing, and they have moved the camera over, looking over into the valley where some of the other vents are. And, of course, there are over 500 active geysers in Yellowstone National Park in the United States. So if you ever get a chance to go there, book some time if you want to look at a few of them. Have you seen Dr. Fox, what, drums? Drums? I don't, I've seen some drums. Actually, Juliana, it's funny that you mentioned that. Some of the drums that I really like are the Japanese drums, as well as some of the North American native drums, the very large ones, and they are very, very cool. Have you seen a bison in Yellowstone? Well, we've seen them on camera here, certainly have, but we haven't seen too many, is it Taiko drums? I hope I said that right, DJ. But yeah, there's I think about 3 or 4 different types that they have over in Japan. There's one that Kyoto or something like that, if I'm correct. But yep, some interesting big drums, and I really do enjoy watching those. Very awesome. Anyway, let's get back to what we're doing here, volcanoes. And we already had a look at the Azores. So let's have a look at what we can see in Mexico and Central America, perhaps. And I know it was bad vision there as well. And of course, yeah, as soon as we go to the Popocatépetl shots, clouds like crazy. And it wasn't very good even in the morning hours. So we don't get too much of a view here today, unfortunately. And I know there's a lot more snow on Popocatépetl, but it is absolutely hard to see. And we're just not able to because of the cloud factor involved here. So let's see if we can find a clear spot here and actually see the volcano from this angle. Almost. We do have almost a visibility, but still clouds in the way no matter what we do. And that is unfortunate, and it's been really soupy there as far as being able to see anything, even on all the cameras, really, when you start looking at them. I'm just trying to find a spot that might have something. So again, not very visible on this one either. Third one, let's see if that one has any better luck. I doubt that we will. And no, we're not batting 100 there for sure. For Popocatépetl, not visible today. So let's move to Fuego, and right now, at this very moment, Fuego is trying to peek out of the clouds, but not doing a very good job. We do go back just a little bit, and we can see it actually erupting at 1433 there, but it has clouds packed on top, and that is difficult to see what it really truly is doing. And if you look, I just advanced it 5 seconds here. If you look, you can see there's a major plume coming out of the volcano. But because of the clouds, it's super difficult to tell what the heck is going on. And hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more of that once the clouds go away again. Here's another one, and I may be able to back this one up just a little bit from in the clouds, and we'll leave it right there. This is about where it cleared at 1442. And you can already see the plume going into the air, and it is very thick and dark and black, and it is moving, doing its thing, and it's not moving quickly, but it is there, and it is doing its thing. So amongst the clouds, and of course you have to understand, Fuego is 12,300 plus feet in height, so it is well up there in the clouds. There is ash seen in the fire of volcano. There is ash seen in the fire volcano. All right, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Juliana, but okay, no worries. Anyway, we do have the ability to go back on the stream for a few hours here, and that is always nice that we can do that. We can see it a little bit better in this shot, and the clouds. This, of course, is from 7:04 a.m., and there we can see the plumes coming out at that point in time. And we'll be able to go back a little bit more back into the darkness, because very early this morning it did shoot up some very good shots as well in the dark, which was not bad. Let's see if we can find those. Right about here is one of them, and I think this one should be pretty good. There it is. This was at 4:54 a.m. and it definitely gave a fairly decent show, some reasonable fireworks as far as I'm concerned, and definitely continuing to do what it does best, and that is erupt without any really big warnings or anything like that. And there were a few others during the course of the night as well that we did see or kind of looked at this morning here, and this is another one, 3:41 a.m. From Fuego. So that is interesting, cool to look at, and we like it. So hopefully it will continue to do those wonderful things, and we'll be able to see more of that. Tracy Bills, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And let's see. Yeah, let's leave Fuego be. I'm going to put that back on live, and that way we can see what it looks like right now, this very minute. And in the clouds, so very hard to tell what's going on. But we know that this volcano is continuing to be very active, and we like that. So that is awesome. And let's take a look at a couple more a little further south in Nicaragua. And of course, this is a very nice still shot. It seems to be very quiet at Cerro Negro in Nicaragua. This one is not throwing out anything right now out of its caldera, which is it's eased up and being social today, letting people get a little closer, I think, to have a look. And popping over to our next one, Messiah. And Messiah is definitely off-gassing. You can see the plume going up fairly well there, and definitely a good view of the caldera, but it's not doing too much right now. It's eased up as well. Usually we see a whole bunch more, so that is pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to put this one back onto our Popocatépetl pedal, so I know where to look when I try to find it. And we'll carry on and have a look and see what else we've got. This is Merapi on the screen now. And Merapi is kind of in and out of the clouds. And right now we can actually see it, but we haven't seen any lava. And I'm hoping that somewhere along the way we do see some. And I'm just scanning back to look for lava, and I really don't think I seen any during the first time or second time I scrolled through this to look for it. And it's fairly quiet, and of course it's not daylight there yet. We're still at just about 4 a.m. there, and that is what we're seeing. And that is Merapi, and let's pop over to New Zealand real quick and see if we have any views of. Oh, there's a very nice view, and that is our wonderful Ruapehu. Pardon me. And Ruapehu, of course, in New Zealand, and looks like some of that snow might have melted there a little bit. Maybe our skiing season is over. From the looks of it. Unfortunately, they're not doing a close-up right now, so hard to tell, but that definitely looks like the sun up in the top there, and fairly bright skies. We do see some low-level clouds there off to the right-hand side, but the volcano itself is certainly very visible this time around. So really awesome. And of course that is Ruapehu on the northern island of New Zealand. So that is great to see. Let's pop over to our next screen. And of course that one is still in the dark, and that is Krakatoa, or Krakatau, son of Krakatoa. I know it's a little bit on the hard side to see that, but they are there and doing their thing. Let me see if I can get onto that screen. There it is. And yeah, it's difficult to see what's going on, but it is continuing to erupt. Not very ferociously or anything, but it is definitely erupting. We can see some of the light coming out of the crater, if you will, for a lack of better words. Very low levels, though, not as bad as it used to be. I'm not sure if they have anything going here on Simaru. Oh, that stream not available. Let's see if I can fix that up. And of course they got commercials in between there. Hang on, I know screen. We'll fix that screen up as well and see if we can see something. Hang on, that might be the better way to look at this. Whoops, nope, this one back on. There we go. So that is what they've got on there right now. That is Semeru. Not seeing a heck of a lot coming out of it. It too is in clouds, unfortunately. Nothing we can do about that. It's just the way it is, you guys. And we end up, you know, well, stream time, of course, clouds move in. That's the way it works. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's take you back over to Japan and have a look there. And of course, that's Sakurajima. that we're looking at. That is in the southern end of Japan, still on what we refer to as the main island or whatever. But it is doing its thing. It looks like the wind is blowing some of that material into the opposite direction today, which is actually kind of nice, and we can see that up there. And as it blows away, if we go to the other shots here, this is the close-up view of the crater. Again, that smoke is kind of hanging around with the extra cloud material that's floating at about that same height, and that is what we're seeing there. So definitely Sakurajima still active, still doing its thing. And here's the ice cream boat coming. There's already one ice cream boat in, and you got a double whammy here. It is just about break time, so this is perfect timing, you guys. And yep, you can all run down the road down here, down there at the lights, go left, and you get down to the dock, and you see there's the stack for the one boat, and here comes the other one. So you'll have a choice, 2 different boats. You can get 4 scoops for your ice cream today, and that'll be really cool and awesome. I think I will leave it on this one while I get ready to go for a break. And of course, those wonderful people here. Rebecca Pattern saying, good night, everyone. Good night, Rebecca. And you're going to miss bacon seeds. They're coming next. Bacon seeds after the break. But hopefully you'll get an ice cream before you get to sleep. All right. 1 scoop for me. I'm on a diet. Oh, okay, Anne. No worries. I'm on a diet too. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it. Oh, never mind. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it on there. Enjoy the ice cream boat, and like I say, when we come back from the break, we'll do bacon seeds, and then we will continue on with looking at what we can that is absolutely out there. So. Yes, I seen in a drone footage. You seen ice cream in the drone footage? That is awesome. Okay, you guys, be good, be kind, be careful, and no pushing and shoving, and be careful with your ice cream cones. Make sure you take lots of napkins, and don't litter the ice cream cone wrapper or the napkins after. That would be bad. So please make sure that you keep our planet as clean as possible. Thank you, and on that note, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. You guys keep smiling and be nice. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'll be back. And I am back. Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you on board today. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Glad to have you all on board. And thank you for the welcome backs from, let's see, Alba Girl and Linda Schoof says hi. Welcome, Linda. And Kevin Haynes, thanks. Grandma B, thank you. And let's see, I think that's good for right now. Anyway, as you see, 2 ice cream boats in right now. Hopefully you're all got your ice cream. And yes, Linda, you made it just in time for bacon seeds. That is awesome. So really, really cool. And welcome back. Your dream, Your dream was your ticket out. Oh, my dream was my ticket out? Huh? Okay, now I'm confused. I'll just hide over here in the confusion corner. Welcome, Pistol Pete, a neighbor. How's it going? Hey, is it raining over there? Anyway, it's the weatherman said it's supposed to be raining here, but I don't think so. Anyway, and John Raper, what do you mean a day job? Never mind. All right, bacon seeds. Hubby ate my ice cream. What? Hermione, how could you let him eat your ice cream? He was supposed to get one for you and one for him. How come he ate yours? What not a nice guy. Oh boy. And C&D boy, just so you understand, since you said hi to Hermione, Hermione can see that. That's not a problem. But just to let you know, if you do say something to Hermione, I have given permission for people here to use capital letters. So Hermione can see. She does have an eyesight problem, and it's getting worse. So just so you understand that. That way we will allow that just for this particular incident or issue. And not a bad thing. Okay, more ice cream for Hermione. There we go. And anyway, let's get over to those bacon seeds, because that is important. And we'll get those on here. Since I boo-booed that yesterday, I figured I better do this. Otherwise, John's going to tell me to go get another day job. Oh, boy. Anyway, we're waiting for this thing to switch, and that is awesome. Well, there we go. And of course, well, hang on, there. That's where we left off yesterday, and of course that is a wonderful, sweet little bunny and bunny and Piggy sleeping together, and that is cool. And well, I get on to our first bacon seed. A very cute little bacon seed in the basket. And I don't know, but it almost looks like he's sticking his tongue out. Very, very cute little one. Tiny, tiny little bacon seed. And that is awesome. And let's get into our second one for today. And there we go. And here's another one with a lamb and a piggy hugging each other. And that is cool. Love seeing that, you guys. You know, different species of animals showing affection towards each other. Really awesome. And let's see who else we've got. Next, bacon seed. Yep, there we go. And here's another one where you have Mr. Wabbit and a little tiny teacup pig right beside him. A little itty bitty piggy. And the rabbit is a normal sized rabbit, not a giant. And the little teacup pig is very, very small. So that is what we're seeing right there. Pretty awesome. and I like it. That bunny really does look huge when you look at it, and the piggy is actually really, really small. Are you my mommy? Yeah, I don't know if that's the scenario, but you know, they probably will cuddle and stuff like that if the bunny allows it, and they are pretty good. All right. There he goes again. While you're down at the store there, C&D boy, pick me up some nice, maybe stop off at the donut shop and get something for all of us, okay? Stop off at Tim Hortons, get a couple big flats of donuts, and we'll take those. I'd like a French curler if you could. All right. Anyway, here's our next little one, and of course, this is a pair grazing in the field, and of course, we've got a wonderful little calf and a little bacon seed, and the little piggy there. He certainly doesn't look like he's starving. He definitely has got enough to eat. Actually, the calf looks like it has enough to eat too. Neither one of them look hungry. And moo pig, yep, it's a moo pig, and you gotta love it, you guys. It is awesome to see. Next one, here we go, and this one is kind of funny, a little bit harder to actually see, but you can see the little pink pig is laughing, and it appears he's got a goat right in front of him and a horse behind him. But he's laughing, and that is pretty awesome. I love seeing that, and always very, very cute and nice to see animals interacting with each other. They like each other. Alba girl, you're right. And they look happy together. That is very, very cute. All right, let's get to our Irish monk farm. That is possible. I think he's got some cows there as well on his one, very, very possible. Cows and bunnies and everything. Okay, last bacon seed for today, and Piggy's Petting Zoo, very likely, Linda. Let's take a look at our last piggy, and of course, our last piggy is Piggy having an ice cream, and yum, 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 yum. That is gotta be the best ice cream that little piggy has ever had. So I gotta love it. And for those people who didn't go down there yet, the ice cream boats are still there, anchored for a few more minutes. You can still run down and get your ice cream. And that is really awesome, since the piggy is enjoying its ice cream there. So num num crayon flavored, there you go. And there you can see the ice cream boats are still there. So by all means, go and enjoy something, and Piggy will love you forever. Okay, let's see if we can find a couple more volcanoes here. And let me see if I can find where the heck these things went. I changed a few things, and of course I'm still trying to get used to what we had here, and everything was changed multiple times, so it's difficult for me to find anything when we have multiple windows open here. So bear with me, and we will figure it out. Not there, not in that one, not in this one, that one maybe. Let's see if we can find it there. I'm looking for Taal volcano, and yep, Taal is working again, I do believe. So we'll get you there in a second, and let's see what it looks like. Oh boy, not the best of pictures as of yet, since it is a very early morning there in Taal. Linda Schoof throws in for donuts, ice cream, and Pepsi. Why, Linda, that is very, very kind of you. That is awesome. Linda and puts in a wonderful $20 super chat. That is awesome, Linda. Very kind of you to do that. And really, I do appreciate it. And that is great. Yeah, the picture doesn't look like it's focused very well, and again, I think they are having trouble in the early morning light, of course, to be able to get the focus right, especially if it's sitting on autofocus. Always difficult to get the right perspective there. One thing we can see, though, is out there you can see a fairly decent plume coming off of the volcano and going up into the clouds, even though we've got all that low-lying fog sitting on top of the Taal Lake. And it's hard to see, but it is there. We'll maybe check back on it in a little while, and that'll be awesome. And let's go back around and see what else we've got here. We did look at Yellowstone earlier, but we'll pop back over there just for a second or two and have a peek there. We do see the cars driving by. That's not so much fun. Hey, I know what we forgot. We forgot to look in Japan at the other volcanoes. I skipped right over them. Darn it. We need to fix that. We forgot about ice cream boat's still there, by the way. So if you're going, you better hurry. They're going to take off soon. And anyway, we wanted to go to ASO, and unfortunately, ASO is in the clouds. You can just barely see the edge of the crater here, and it is in the clouds. Unfortunately, if we back up a little bit, we end up in the dark if we go back too far. But yeah, I don't think we can see all that well, regardless of the time frame, because of that low-level cloud coming right over top of it. But it is in there. We also see that it is off-gassing. You can see that there. It is steaming pretty good. And hopefully we'll be able to see this thing in action one of these fine days. There you can actually see the plume coming out of the volcano, and that is about 40 minutes ago. So that cloud has barreled in there and kind of hiding everything at the present time. And if we leave it on there, that's what it looks like right now. So they'll probably get some rain showers in there and add a little bit more water into the bottom of that caldera, so it's got more things to steam off. Anyway, that is ASO, and that is located in Japan. Let's also check out the other one here. Boy, that one we can't see at all. That is Suwanoshijima, and that is also in Japan, backing up about an hour, and you can almost see it. It's in some pretty heavy-duty cloud, and I do believe it was like that for the most part during the night as well. This is about 8 hours ago. 22:18. Yeah, and yeah, visibility was just horrible there. So no real picture of Suwanoshijima. I'm not going to worry about that. We'll put that back onto live. You can see that it is being clouded out right now, unfortunately. And back to Sakurajima, and you can see that it is still doing its thing with the plume heading towards the north there, going off fairly well. Piggy is busy. Power, what? Busy power. Aloha hugs. And yeah, Piggy is busy with dealing with supporting a friend who's having some issues there, and hopefully things will be okay. So let's let her provide some support for her friend, and I think that's what she's doing. and hopefully everything will work out there. Anyway, that is what we see for our volcanoes for the most part. The one that we need to head over to, of course, is Hawaii, and you can see that it was kind of a neon looking thing there when we looked at the caldera. Two Pineapples was out there this morning and did a live stream from there. And if you guys are interested in having a look, I would recommend that you look at the replay. There was some very nice lava flipping, as we call it, in the lava pond. Well, not in the actual lava pond, but in the other one. We'll describe that shortly. This, of course, is the lava pond that we view most of the time. But off to, I do believe it is the northern area, is where a lot of the lava flipping was going on, and it was quite cool to see things popping over very quickly. So I thought, hey, that might be something for you guys to have a look at. And that, of course, shortcut for that is a 2P, exclamation 2 and P. And you can have a look and take a look at the stream from this morning. And it'll be pretty cool on there if you want to have a look at that. All right, let me get on the right screen, and we're going to refresh this one onto our current time. And that is what the lava pond looks like right now. The level is still fairly high in there, and showing some crusting over of the pond here. You see the lava spots on the sides. Of course, that is caused by some of the lava draining out of the lava pond, and you have the gas bubbles coming back up, breaking up those areas on the edges there, and they'll be very close to the holes where that lava is descending. Pardon me. And we figure it may actually be going back into the magma chamber, or at least down somewhere in the abyss, and that would be pretty interesting. Anyway, this spot here, though, that might be the feeder tube for the tow area, as we call it, and that is pretty interesting there as well. You can see on the back end here, you see a little bit of smoke coming out. That is kind of a vent for, there's a lava tube underneath here feeding this, and you can kind of see the crusted over striations on that lava on top there from the way it flowed in. And of course it keeps flowing in and making fancy designs and patterns. Pretty awesome to see. Let's get to the next picture, and this is the one that really tells a lot. Of course, there is our lava pond. Here's your primary vent. Here's the little hornito or divider where we have the lava tube going into the lava pond. Unfortunately, we can't see the tow area right there, but the area to look at is this one here, and this is where the lava flipping was taking place in this whole area, and it was very awesome, very cool to see. And of course, that is right near the edge of the caldera. And that is, I believe, on the northern side, if I'm not mistaken, as far as directions. Okay, always looks good in the dark. Yes, cursed, it does. And we'll hopefully we'll be able to see more of that. Let's refresh that one to see what it looks like now. This, of course, was from 4:26 a.m. And we'll see what it looks like right now. And very, very hard to see what is going on. We have a cloud going over, adding extra shading, making things a little bit more confusing. But there's your lava pond. Here's your primary column. There's the little divider where the lava tube would be heading in here. And you see some extra smokers along the way. And the one thing I'm not seeing is extra smoke off this side right now. What we were seeing before was a whole big long edge here that we had a lot of smoke, but we're not seeing that. Again, this is the area that was red hot and flipping, and it looked pretty cool and awesome to be able to see that, but right now it's not happening. Anyway, you can see the circle-ish type of design here, and this area is raised up a lot higher than the edge areas. And of course, that is basically the same as what Pig Island was, where it's a floating island of cooled lava. And of course, that because it's cooled, it has cracks in it and stuff, and of course air bubbles, gas bubbles, and of course it becomes a little bit more, or I should say less dense than the liquid lava. And the liquid lava, of course, allows the lighter material to float on top, and that's what we're seeing here, and that's why it's raised up. It's going to be interesting to see how much further this thing keeps going. We do see in the back ends here the lava levels are rising, and they continue to rise, which is really kind of neat. Let's have a look at the other side. This is the from the opposite side of the caldera. You can see your primary lava pond there, the vent, and the Hornito would be over here somewhere and flowing in this way. You can barely see the toe area, and then you see a couple extra spots, but you definitely see that area across the other side here where all that lava flipping was going on, and that tells you that that is fairly deep, fairly substantial, because you see big chunks just absolutely tipping up on their side and sliding away. Let's have a look at what it looks like right now, and a little bit more difficult to see. Again, we are seeing our primary vent there, the lava pond. Here you see the old Pig Island, the one that was floating for over, well, pretty much since this thing got going in there. So a couple years old, compared to the other stuff, which is a lot younger. So, but still, that and the other stuff around the top here is all floating on top of denser, heavier, liquefied lava, and that's what we're seeing. Yesterday we seen a lot of smoke still coming up off the edge here. We don't see that today, and I'm not sure why, but it still looks pretty cool, pretty awesome. But that is the area where we had all the lava flipping over, and really awesome. Let's take a look at the thermal from yesterday. And there we can see, of course, our pond, the toe area, primary vent. We do see a little bit down here, not too much, and this was from 4:14 a.m. of course, and we do see a portion of that pond or extra pool that we had to the north right there, and not as much as I'd like to see, but that is where it is. Let's refresh that. We'll take a look at what it looks like now, and it definitely looks like slightly less lava in the pond, not by much though. It's still quite high. Cooling on this spot, as well as there's your primary vent and secondary divider here, which allows the lava tube into the pond. And we see a lot of cooling over here. So I'm assuming that the rest of that material had probably cooled off somewhat as well. And that brings us to another break time. So I'm going to throw this on here. Someone's scratching at my door. I'm going for a break. I don't need, I hear that scratching noise. That's why I'm heading. And anyway, one ice cream boat's still sitting there. You might want to hurry if you want to get down there. Or is he taking off right now? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave it on here. And keep smiling, everyone. For those good people who have not hit that like button yet, please do. Oh, it's Fluffy at my door. Anyway, do hit that like button. Let's see if we can at least get it over 100. That's what we're shooting for today. That'd be really awesome. And for those good people who are wanting to see more of this, by all means, you can certainly hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I am going to take a 5 or so minute break, and I will be back. Keep smiling, play nice, and make sure you get an ice cream. And if you happen to see me change the screen, it's just because I thought it was more interesting. I'll be back, you guys, and don't go away. Thanks. And there we go. Microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Thank you for the welcome backs from Sue Hayes, Alba Girl, and I'm sure there's going to be a few more popping up there in a second. But thank you, everyone, and glad that you're all hanging around still. That is awesome. And Kevin Haynes is taken off. He's going to go watch the Two Pineapples stream from earlier. Looked not bad, but it did end up a little abruptly with him losing signal there. But it happens. Those things happen. It's unfortunate, but it was good nonetheless, and I loved seeing the lava flipping. That is a pretty cool process. Anyway, we are doing our thing, so I wanted to get over and take a look at the earthquakes that we had in Hawaii. And then we'll take a look and see what we had for earthquakes worldwide. And I better get onto the right page. There we go. And of course, Hawaii right there in the middle. We also note some of the other red spots. And the bigger stuff. We'll have a look at those. But let's zoom in here into the big island of Hawaii. There's Oahu, Maui, and the big island, of course. And we see quite a few tremors happening there. And of course, let's take a look at the ones out in the water first. And this is a 2.2, happened at 11:08 this morning. This guy here is on, what is it, a 2.2 from yesterday at 18:32. This guy over here, a 2.0 from today at 2:19 a.m. This one is a 1.8 from 7:34 a.m. So that is the ones out in the water. We'll zoom in on the closer locations to Pahala itself. And this guy here, 2.0, happened at 15:06. And that is when that guy is. This guy here, 2.0 as well, from today at 6:02 a.m. Then we have this guy, 1.9, yesterday's 21:45. We also have a 2.2 here, yesterday 16:29, and let's grab this stray up top here, 2.2 from 4:08 a.m. And then we have this guy, 1.9 from yesterday at 18:20, and we also see this one here in the woods from 2.1, 6:56 a.m. And we'll slide over and see what else we've got over on this side. 2.0 from 13:02. This one right off the beach here. 2.2 from 8:54 a.m. Getting up a little bit higher here. 2.3, 12:41 a.m. and or PM, actually PM, yeah, after 12 it's PM, isn't it? Here's one from 2:15 a.m. 2.1, and then we'll get these guys here. 2.0, 4:36 a.m. This guy is 8:08 a.m. for a 2.1. And then we have a little bit larger one, 3.2 from yesterday at 20:34. And of course, this red one right there, 2.1 from 15:22. So that is what we've got in the Pahala region. And that is pretty awesome. I don't see anything on top of Mauna Loa that is new. And I'm not going to worry about that. Also, don't see anything up on Mauna Kea that is new. We do have one other quake, and that is right beside our Kilauea volcano, and that was a 2.1 and that is a 0.3 of a kilometer down, and that happened yesterday at 20:01. So that is interesting. I was going to say if it happened over a little bit further, I do believe that two pineapples was over here today looking at the caldera rather than the other spot on the other side that they were looking at before. So they went back to the original spot, but that's all cool. And hey, Bob, good to have you back. Anyway, that is what we've got there. And by the way, this picture is very deceiving because there's a heck of a lot more lava in here now, and I mean a lot more. So if you can add 300 or 400 more feet, then you're probably pretty close. I don't know exactly how deep it is, but there's a lot more lava in there now, and the level is higher. So that is it for Hawaii, you guys. And I did want to pop around. I did see some red ones here. Papua New Guinea looks like they had a 4.9, and that happened at 15:04 their time, 71.4 kilometers down. And then, of course, I'm also looking here. We see this down here in Texas, 3.0, 7.5 kilometers down, happened at 15:31. And that is, again, that's that same spot. It's really odd that they have, it's just a seismic tremor spot, I guess. Some abnormal stuff going on there. And then we have here 3.4 just off the coast of Oregon. And that one showing 10 kilometers down. 15:26 was the time on it. And that is kind of interesting. We do have a few bigger ones when we take a look down here in the Fiji and the Tonga area and all that. And let's see, this one 5.6, Tonga, 221 kilometers down. We have, I should mention the time, that was 12:48. And this guy here, 5.1, considered to be part of Fiji, but very close. 564 kilometers down, 7:21 a.m. Then you have some smaller ones, 4.2, 559 kilometers down, 11:24 a.m. their time. And then we see this one, 4.4, 359, just about 360 kilometers down there. And this one would be Vanuatu or Loyalty Island. Very close. That's actually from yesterday at 21:42, and that was a 5.1, 10 kilometers down. We see this new one here in Papua New Guinea, 5.1, and hang on, 4.9. There we go. I was going to say, hang on, that didn't change. So that's all right. 71.4 kilometers down on that guy. And we see one here just off of the eastern end of Java Island, 4.4, and 35 kilometers down, happened at 1:32 a.m. Then we see a whole series of small ones here, 4.7 in the Philippines, 51 clicks down, 4 a.m. Then we have this guy here, 10:58 a.m. for 4.5, 175 kilometers down, 4.8 from yesterday, 22:58 at 188 kilometers down, and one right in the middle of the pond here, 4.4, 595 kilometers down. Looking up the Japanese coast, we see in our subduction area we have a couple of quakes there. Izu Island, Japan region, 4.4, 10 kilometers down from yesterday at 20:42. And then we have these two that are stacked on top of each other, 4.7, same area, 19:03 was the time on it. And the bigger one, 5.3, also from yesterday at 18:54. So that is what we got there. And then top end of Japan, 4.4, 61 kilometers down, also yesterday's at 21:04. just off the coast of the Kamchatka Peninsula. There's actually a couple of them up there. 4.8 from 6:19 a.m. today, their time, of course, 10 kilometers down, and another 4.6 right beside it at that was from yesterday from 1747. So that's kind of it for the major quakes that we see. The stuff I always look for, anything on the mid-Atlantic ridge, we're not seeing anything new there. And nothing over in Greece, so that is all good. And let's pop over to the Canary Islands, since we did the Azores already. And we'll have a very quick peek here as I refresh it, and we'll look. So looking, there's your Canary Islands for those who need to know, just off the coast of Morocco here, and that is pretty awesome. The Azores are up there a little bit more, and we'll dial in and zoom in here to La Palma. And La Palma, of course, being interesting with some of the newer quakes that it's had. We see this one here, 12 kilometers down, 1.4 from 21:38 today. And then the next one is a 1.5 from 21:37, about a minute earlier, 14 kilometers down. And then we had another one, 1.5 on the opposite side of the island, that was 14 kilometers down, happened at 14:23. And those are the three quakes for today on La Palma. The other ones were from yesterday and prior to that, so we're not going to worry about them. But yeah, that's almost out at the airport. This one over on the east side of the island, but that's all right. Anyway, a quick peek at I'm going to refresh this map here just so we have it up to date. And go down, there we go. All right, make it bigger and slide over. And there we go. We see our volcanoes. Of course, Iceland showing Asja and Fagradalfjall, but we're not seeing anything new there. It's still an orange at Fagradalfjall, so they have not given up on it. And Terceira is the one there, and of course São Jorge, the other one in the Azores. And we don't see anything else new on that side. Michael volcano down here, South Sandwich Islands, and everything else is pretty much the same. I don't really see any differences along the wonderful Great Ring of Fire that we have. So pretty awesome, pretty cool for the most part, but nothing new really. And zooming in, zooming in, Africa's still the same. Nothing has changed. And of course, looking at what we've got here, Etna, Volcano, and Stromboli, and then of course Campi up in the other area, and Mount Vesuvius, for those who are curious, right there. We can zoom in just a little bit just so you can see it. And yeah, we'll zoom into it. There, is that close enough? All right, I want to see the rocks inside. Anyway, okay, we'll zoom back out. You can do that on this particular map, and if you haven't gone there yet and used this one, this is the link for it. And this is easy enough to get to. You can have a look there. So pretty awesome, pretty cool, and I like it. Anyway, no activity there at Mount Vesuvius, and nothing to speak of. And that's it for the volcano maps. Let's pop over and have a quick peek at our weather. And let me get on the weather maps. Hopefully that will click over there, and I will find them here on the other screen. There we go. And refreshing. just to make sure I've got everything going. There we go, SO2 map on the screen real quick. And North America looking pretty normal. We do see the pluming here off of the Kamchatka Peninsula, and that is going out and into the Pacific, doing its thing a little bit, still heading off to North America, but not bad. Not quite sure what this top thing is about. If that might have been the pollution that was in here and got pulled down that way, or if there's something new happening up there on that little peninsula. We'll take a look in a bit. And of course, looking at what we've got in Central America, South America, pretty much all the same. Nothing too major. I don't know what's going on here with this guy. That it's been our mystery symbol that's been going on. And then I look here and I keep on saying this can't be right. Where's all this SO2 coming from? And that cannot be from just White Isle Volcano. We have to have something coming from somewhere. And people have suggested that it might be a Taupo or Taupu, however you say that. And I looked on all our stuff here today, this morning, and I just could not find any new eruptions. And it's got me baffled as to what is causing all that SO2, because I don't believe it's a White Isle volcano by itself. That it would be right about here, but where's the rest of this coming from? You know, it really doesn't make sense. Anyway, looking at Australia, not bad. We know Leo doesn't have his barbecue on today, and that's all good. And we see the coking plants just north of Sydney are still doing their thing. The rest of Australia looks good. Of course, this is Yasur right there, and his buddies are still working away. Same thing with the stuff in the Philippines. And then we get over here, Luolatok doing its thing. And then down here we have Raun and Semeru teaming up to make that spot really, really red. We don't see as much coming from Merapi here in the middle, or over here from Krakatoa over on the western side of Java. So that is kind of what we have got there. Looks a little lighter coming out of Ibu and Dukono, and that's what we've got going on there. And then of course Philippines, we've got Manila, and of course the Taal volcano, as well as the other one. And again, I forgot the name of it. Oh my god, that's gonna drive me nuts. Let's get onto that map for a second and fix that. I'm gonna get that name again. I have to look at it. I forgot what it is. Oh, come on, map. Give me a name. Give me a name. Quick. It's an emergency. There you are. Mayon. That's it. That's the one I'm looking for. That is the other one. The mystery volcano throwing out all the bad gas. That's right here. So that is what we've got. So pretty cool. And that is awesome. Okay, let me get back onto the right map so I can move it. There we go. And of course, zooming in up in the top areas here, Suwanosi-jima is responsible for some of this. And then, of course, because we see what's going on there at Sakurajima, it is actually a lot less material coming out today, and it really hasn't done too much. And so part of this plume is possibly old material that was sitting here yesterday and has moved up and out, and hopefully that's all it is, and it will dissipate over time. Things will be a little bit easier for them there. And there's our great octopus, or whatever it is, from the Kamchatka Peninsula. And I'm curious if there's a source up here, or if this was just that material that was sitting on the other side that had flowed in there. because of the currents, the wind currents. Very interesting nonetheless. And sliding on over, we don't see Eruption at all, still hiding in the pollution from Saudi Arabia. Down here, what we see is not volcanic. It is smelting plants in South Africa for gold and platinum. This is both a coking and a volcano here in the DR Congo, and that's what we've got there. And sliding up to Mount Etna on Sicily, and that would be over here. And we see that plume still continuing to come off of there pretty hard and heavy. And of course, Stromboli and Volcano are probably helping out a little bit. Some of these things up in the top here of Greece and that area could be forest fire related, especially this one, since there were reports of fairly large fires that they were trying to put out. And hopefully they've got them under control. And now we see France, Germany, most of those areas pretty clean looking, even cleaner up in Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland for the most part. And nothing coming out of Iceland. I'm not seeing any plume at all, very, very little. So I think Iceland, I don't know. I'm going to bite my tongue. I'm not going to say the volcano is dead. I don't give up that easy. I hope not, anyway. Let's see what we have for temperatures around. And looking at Canada, definitely cooled off a whole bunch here in Alberta. I think those temperatures are wrong, though. We're a little bit warmer than that, but we're still supposed to warm up for the rest of the week here, and are plus roughly around 30-degree temperatures. Seeing a lot of the heat has slipped off. Manitoba and northern Ontario are getting it, as well as southern Ontario, quite warm there for them, even into Quebec, going all the way out into portions of Newfoundland, as well as Nova Scotia, PEI, and Prince Edward Island. Well, Prince Edward Island is PEI, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI. Okay, looking at the U.S., western portions of the U.S. Quite hot again, but not as bad up in the northern areas, so that is a little bit lighter. Looking at California, very, very hot. Thanks, Sue, for bringing up Death Valley, 44 degrees Celsius, 111 Fahrenheit. And then we have the next closest thing, Phoenix, 39 or 40, and very, very high temperatures up in those areas as well. Same thing with Vegas, as at about 38 Celsius. We do see here in the central regions a lot of hot air as well, and looks like Colorado and the Oklahoma, I don't know, I keep forgetting what state that is. Is that Iowa? Anyway, 40 degrees Celsius there for the most part, and that is what we're seeing. We're seeing the higher elevations here, though, are cooler, as you can see, for the most part in all those places. And the rest of the U.S. Eastern portions holding about the same temperatures, somewhere around the 30 degree mark, with the exception of once you get up past Boston, up here in Maine, and a little bit cooler, but not by much. Heading down into Mexico, we will see 80 degrees in Casper, Wyoming right now. The coolest day of the week. Next week around 90s. Do you know? That's wow. Okay. And Cancun coming in at about 30 degrees Celsius. And most of Central America would probably follow suit. We are seeing here in Mexico some very hot temperatures along the eastern Gulf Coast side. So not so good. And then, of course, looking at the rest of the Caribbean, they've got some good stuff. We see a storm out here, not looking good, and hopefully that's not going to turn into anything major. Looking at South America, again, you can see the green patches. Those are the higher elevations for the most part, and that is always interesting to see. Quite warm in the Amazon though, and our cutoff here is a little bit higher today than it was yesterday, and that is almost back up to Sao Paulo, and that is what we've got there. But we do see a little bit more temperature in Chile, which is really nice up to a certain point. Till you get into the mountains, then you get cold again, and in some places very cold. But down on the bottom end here, not looking so great. We'll slide over to New Zealand and see what they've got cooking. And we see that big high here. It is circulating up some of that cold air, which is not doing New Zealand any favors right now. And they are looking at 4, 5, 6 degrees Celsius, 8 in some spots, 9, I think. Yeah, but for the most part, fairly cool. Same thing goes for a majority of the North Island as well. A little bit warmer here in Tasmania than it is in New Zealand, so that's not bad. And you can see that shear line right there. So they are still in the warmer stuff, getting that fed down from the top, which is really good. Melbourne coming in about 18 degrees. Somebody brought up Christchurch, 11 degrees Celsius over here. That would be here, wouldn't it? Yeah, somewhere around here, if I recall correctly. Anyway, Melbourne looking 13-ish, 14, 15 in Sydney. Adelaide looking at about 12. Perth a whole bunch cooler, 9, 8, 9 degrees. And of course, home of the Oz. Oz would be basking in about 14, 15, 16 degrees up in the northern portions here in Brisbane. So very cool or warm or, yeah, cool, whatever. Anyway, pretty normal looking in all of our Philippine, Malaysian and Indonesian areas, and it's pretty standard there. Sue brought up Bangkok. It looks like 28 degrees on the map there, or sorry, on the weather guesser side, with 90% relative humidity. But we're seeing here on the map 25, 26 degrees. So kind of makes you wonder, but I'm sure it's right in that ballpark. Things don't change that often there. And going out, we got another storm with a name on it. Hinamor. It should be Hitnamor. Hinamor out here in the Pacific. Look out! It's a storm. Watch out for it. We do see the weather kind of doing weird things here. It looks like a little shear line in between the Yellow Sea and the Sea of East China Sea there. Kind of odd. Big mix of air here in the Sea of Japan, which is kind of interesting as well. And we do see some more shear lines right in here. And it looks like Kamchatka is being lucky right now with that high sitting there, throwing up some warmer air onto them. But that is not helping with the circulation here. We see that stream of cold air coming out of the north, right in between the two continents, and doing its thing. We do have another high here that is throwing some warm air over into the western coast of Canada and the upper states here in the west. So thank you for this guy. That is a good guy for a change. And looking at what we've got, Indian Ocean, big storms down here as well. And you got another low sitting right off of India, so that's going to circulate and cause some problems for them as well. A little odd there though, that's a low. Normally you have the circulation going clockwise around the low. Why is it looking like it's counterclockwise? Things that make you go, Anyway, looks like Africa for the most part is starting to warm up as well in the bottom end here. Still quite cold in the southern end of South Africa, but the rest looks like it is starting to warm up again. And of course, what we refer to as the Middle East, Iraq, Iran, and UAE, and Oman, and Yemen, and Saudi Arabia, of course, still holding a lot of good temperature there. The same thing goes for most of the Sahara Desert area. And let's just peek in here to Spain real quick. Some high temps still in Spain. Hopefully they'll cool off soon. And a little bit easier going in Sicily. And that's not bad, 24, 25. At least not in the 30s. And then we've got kind of a mixed bag going up all the way to the Alps there as far as some of those temperatures. Still holding in fairly well. And of course for Piggy down here in Kos, it looks like she's got 26 degrees for the middle of the night, and that is pretty warm for nighttime temperatures. Sliding up a little bit more, we see France, not bad, still quite warm for at night. Germany getting just about back to normal, southern end a little bit warmer though, and that's all right. I don't think anybody's going to complain. And of course here's Ireland, and we have our wonderful Irish monks home right around here, 15, 16 degrees. Likely in Doolin, Ireland, and then England, not bad, Wales, not bad, but up here in the top, a little cooler in Scotland, and like I say, Germany, not bad for the most part. Actually looks a little bit warmer in Denmark than it does in the northern portion of Germany, and that is because of the way the flow is here right now, but I'm sure that will change soon. Seeing some warmer weather and northern portions of Poland, and going out all the way to Riga, coming in at 18, 19, St. Petersburg, 20 degrees right now. That's quite warm for them, but that is soon to change. You see this colder air up here is starting to push down more and more, and sliding over, looking at this high. Right now, that is taking some of that warm air, throwing it at Iceland. They've got very nice temperatures right now, and we see that the peninsula here, Reykjanes Peninsula, 9, 10, 11 degrees. The capital, Reykjavik, 12 degrees right now, and that is pretty awesome, and good temperatures. So if you wanted to go over there and have a look at a volcano that's not erupting, you'd be more than welcome to have a look at that. Let's go over and have some look at precipitation. We'll start with Iceland. We see a few spots here with some rain, but for the most part, hey, what do you expect? Murphy's Law. It's going to be clear weather till the volcano erupts again, right? Is that the way it's supposed to be? Well, that's what we're seeing. Anyway, it is up there in the northern portion. Here is Canada and Alaska. We see up in the north there, they've got quite a bit of rain going on. Saskatchewan has got a storm front all the way through, going into Manitoba, and also into northern Ontario. Still seeing that same system from yesterday. Just moved a little bit more into Quebec off of the Hudson's Bay. Looking down here in the United States, bunch of small storms, not anywhere near as many as they had before, which is really good. The monsoon season is just about over in Arizona. We don't see anything in the western states as far as rainfall at all. And that will end up being tinder dry, hopefully, and not too bad. They'll get some rain there. Colorado still has some storms happening, New Mexico as well. Not so much in Texas, just down on the bottom end here near Houston, and perhaps a little bit more coming in from the Gulf. See this system right here. I think we seen that partially yesterday develop from over here, and it's still hanging in there. But isolated thunderstorms for the most part for the eastern U.S. Nothing really major till you get down into Florida, and there the storms are a lot more intense, as we can see from the map. So New Orleans here as well, getting some of that. So Louisiana, Mississippi area, and then going not so much in Alabama, but southern end of Georgia. South Carolina has got both in the north and the south. Same thing with North Carolina. So even in Tennessee, they've got some storms. Sliding down a little bit more into Central America, we see why we can't see so well in those areas, and there's our problem. Lots of storms still happening. And here we've got a couple of lows sitting here, and this there must be a high down here pushing that up. Anyway, you can kind of see this is the crunch zone between the two. You got the northern flow, the southern flow, and everything kind of packs in the middle here. We do see out in the Caribbean, we do have that just off of the Nicaraguan coast, and don't know what to make of it. We see our stuff here in the Amazon area up in the northern South America, and that is what we've got there. We do see this. This is going to be either a tropical storm or something happening that will likely move up and this way. We don't know how far it's going to go yet. I doubt very much that it's going to go back to Africa, but right now it does lead back in there and is providing some rain for those guys on the coast. Going back down a little bit further, we see a lot of shearing going on, and some low temps there, lots of snow out there in the ocean, and bottom end of Chile being very chilly. We slide over to New Zealand, that big high still sitting right beside it. So not so much rain on the southern island. North Island's got a little bit, but okay for the most part. Looking in Tasmania, not bad, a little bit of rain there. And then again, Australia, some rain clouds, but nothing too bad. We do have that warm air shooting down in this region, but this is the cold shear front on the other side here, and that is what we've got. So Brisbane getting that warmer air off the water, and then we get up into those other areas, looking at the islands here. A lot of stuff going on. Here's that storm in the Indian Ocean, and I'm not sure where that's going to go yet, if that's going to move up or if it's just going to move well, looking at that flow, you'd think it'd move up, but we'll see. And we do see it all over the place. There are lots of storm action. And let's see, going up to Japan, they actually don't have too many storms right on top of them, but certainly do here on the Kamchatka Peninsula. That is built up there, that low pressure right there, pulling in a lot of that air. And of course, between the high and the low, the warmer temperature, the colder temperature, you're going to get a bunch of condensation. And it's going to do its thing, and we're going to build up a bunch of rain. and zooming into, not even going to look at the bottom end of Africa, that's okay, zooming into Piggy's area, and darn it, that cloud just missed Kos. That should have parked itself right there. But yeah, I hope Piggy got a little bit of rain there. It would be nice. And we do still see a little bit of a storm off of the northern parts here, off of Sicily, and of course down by the heel of Italy. We see a little bit of rain happening there as well. Top end of Spain, and a little bit in Portugal. Not too bad. A little bit down here in France too. The mountainous sides of the Alps, of course, we see a lot of stuff happening in there. And Poland has got that storm happening in there, nothing in Germany. Looking at England, it's clear for the most part. They do have a smaller system, and that is in Ireland, northern portions. So not too much rain there. And then we slide over, have a look at Denmark, not bad, but looks like southern end of Sweden is getting nailed pretty good with that storm that's sitting there. It does go all the way over into Finland, but most of it is sitting right there. A little bit down on the bottom here of Norway as well. Then Norway, pardon me, Norway isn't seeing too much till we get to the north. And here's that cold air bombarding them, and that is hitting the coastline all the way along for the most part. So that gives us our precipitation, and there you can see Iceland again, just a couple of rain spots, nothing too serious. Let's have a quick peek down at the south pole here, the Antarctic, and what we're looking for is the coldest temperature on the planet right now. I already found minus 78 degrees Celsius really quickly, and that didn't take long. I'm sure others will find colder stuff. Minus 72, 73, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all right, well, over here I only found minus 77. We did have minus 78 on the other one, so I'm okay with that. And the other one was over here somewhere, wasn't it? Wherever it was, I'll find it again. But anyway, yeah, actually I'm not going to worry about finding it. It was here. We've seen it. I got video evidence. Anyway, that is pretty good, you guys. That's it for our wonderful stream today. Minus 77. I seen minus 78 over on the other side, though. But I'll live with that. Sue found minus 79, and that is still very, very cold. Either or, doesn't matter. Anything past minus 40 degrees Celsius, you are really not going to know much of a difference in it, and it will freeze you. Roxy, greetings from Iceland. Just popped over to say hi, and thanks, Roxy, and hope you're doing all right. And that is really, really awesome that you popped in. I do appreciate that. Keeping fingers crossed that Siggy still takes off, and we get another shot at that volcano. Would really, really be nice. So speaking of which, let's maybe take a quick peek over there and see what the heck that thing is doing. Oh, no, darn it, I can't see a thing. That's what it looks like right now, unfortunately. So we are not going to see anything happening there. Last night, though, I do have to admit, there was everything going. There was a few spots in the crater that were glowing again, and I thought, yay, this thing's going to go. And then, of course, my hopes were dashed. Else what? Okay, yeah, for 2 weeks from today. So I hope to, but lots to see elsewhere. Yep, there is a lot of stuff. Greetings from yeah. I'm just trying to read through. Okay, yeah. So you got a couple weeks there. You can enjoy it. Make sure you end up eating some Icelandic hot dogs. They are absolutely delicious, and it'll be good. It'll be good. I promise you. Anyway, let's put this back onto one that we can see that might be doing something for our end run here, and hopefully we will be able to see what we've got maybe out at Taal volcano for our finish today. So why is that not moving? Okay, I see. It helps if you let it play. When it's on pause, it doesn't work too good. Yep, we can see Taal volcano a lot better right now. Oh, hang on. Turn that off. I forgot. Anyway, is that rain coming down? That looks weird. It's raining there. That's kind of strange. Those are awful big drops too. Anyway, that is Taal volcano, and of course that is courtesy of our Taal meditation, and I think that is where we will leave you for today. So I want to say a big thank you from everyone. Hot Dog Command, yeah, Icelandic Hot Dog Command. We'll have to figure one out in the future. Anyway, I want to say a big thank you first off to everyone because you're all a part of the wonderful Lava family, and thank you all for being here. Big thank you also goes out to Rebecca Patterson and Perfectability999 and Scott Hartman and Linda Schoof for their wonderful super chats today. I really do appreciate it. Also, a big thank you to each and every one of you who is a member, who helps out and supports in that respect as well. And thank you kindly. I do appreciate it. Also, a big thank you to our wonderful moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, and of course C&D Boy, Gary, 24/7 he's at live, and Lucas and Joseph and all those other moderators as well. So thank you, moderators. I do appreciate all of you. And on that friendly note, it is time to say good night and take care, everyone, or good day, depending on where you are. Be good, be kind, be careful, everyone, and most of all, please, please, make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. And tomorrow is Monday, so regular time again, rather than a weekend time, and everything is good. Hey, Trevor Wonky Donkey, how's the hind end today? And Hermione, you are very, very welcome. And just remember what I mentioned earlier there about maybe just to show hubby how to get into the stream, for when the time comes that, if you do get an operation or something, at least you'll be able to listen in and do your thing that way. You don't have to acknowledge anybody or say anything. You can just listen in, and definitely will try to keep anything that we see on the screen. I'll try to keep it fairly descriptive for you, so you can understand it a little bit easier in that sense. So for now, though, take care, everyone, and have yourselves a wonderful night or day and all that nice stuff. Have told him, all right, Excellent. Well, telling him is one thing. Showing him how to do it is the more important part, Hermione. So make sure that he can actually go through and find my channel and find the live stream. Okay. Anyway, be good and take care. Inside the vent, what happened inside the vent? Anyway, we got water draining. It's raining inside the vent. Oh no, it's steaming from the vent. Why is that not moving? Maybe it's because, well, we know the stream is live because we're going to see the water drops. It's just that the clouds aren't moving. It's just the steam is sitting there. All right, you guys, I'm going. Be good. Keep smiling and take care, everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful night, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. Oink, oink.